Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 31 Media podcast. My name is Vaishnavi Nashte. I'm the marketing and PR manager here at 31 Media. Today's podcast is in collaboration with the Digital Transformation Awards and the AI Summit and Awards. Both of these events are coming up in 2025 and they're organized by 31 Media. So if you're interested in attending, speaking, or exhibiting your tech solutions at these events, please follow the link in the description to do so. Joining us today is Sarah, who is the Chief Operations Officer at TMG. She has over 15 years of experience as an Agile leader with a focus on organizational Agile transformation and adoption, which is again like a great topic because we have been doing this in line with digital transformation. So she's also written a very exciting article on our DevOps Online platform about how agile methodologies are driving digital transformation in multiple different sectors. So without any further ado, welcome to the podcast, Sarah. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you. What a great introduction. I'm doing great today.
Thank you for taking the time out and joining the podcast today. Before I actually get into the questions, could you help our audience understand a bit more about your background and how you sort of navigated into this space?
Absolutely. So when we were chatting earlier, we went way back in my background. I actually joined the military right out of high school,
Mm-hmm.
and 6 years in the military. And like I said, the military really, I would not be where I am today without it. There was a work ethic, there was a camaraderie, there was just a foundation that really
Yeah.
got built for me in a discipline and in teams. And so I really fell in love with being a part of the team. And I think that, whenever I got out of the military, I missed that aspect of my day-to-day in
Mm-hmm.
life. So whenever I got out, I ended up getting my degree in business management. I ended up working for a small startup in my hometown. And so whenever I worked for that startup, that's whenever my agile career actually started. So this is where I witnessed senior leadership really
Mm-hmm.
realizing the need for a more flexible and adaptable approach to delivering value to their customers. And so
Yeah.
initially by adopting that agile, really found that organizations and organizational leadership can respond much more quickly to what the customer's needs are. And so that really becomes important, especially today in our
Mm-hmm.
market conditions and the fast-paced environment that we're all working in.
Yeah, amazing. Your entire experience and your background is quite inspiring. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So my first question to you is obviously with digital transformation, why do you think it's important for businesses in the first place?
So digital transformation is so important, especially for modern businesses. So, when we're looking at this, we're looking at digital transformation in how are we going to be able to integrate advanced technologies like cloud computing, AI, digital analytics, IoT into all areas of your business to fundamentally change how it's operating and how you're delivering that value to your customer. I think that we can never forget that in all of our business, it's about the value that we're delivering to the
Yeah.
customer. So I think that it's just really crucial because it helps companies to enhance efficiencies. They are able to go in and foster innovation within their teams.
Hmm.
And then they're also able to stay very competitive in a rapidly evolving market. I will say that in my 15 to 20 years in my career, the market and the landscape has evolved more rapidly in the last 2 years than I think I have ever seen it before. And so
Yeah.
by re-engineering business processes and cultivating a culture that is going to embrace that change, organizations can really they can meet that digital marketplace demands. And again, they're providing that value that's needed to their customers.
Hmm. Nice. Okay. And when it comes to like, I'm sure every single business before they even, get started with their digital transformation journey, they might have like certain KPIs, certain goals that they're trying to reach. Why do you think, or how rather, do any sort of agile methodologies they support these digital transformation goals? Like, how do you think that happens?
Agile frameworks, I think, are the key to digital transformation when it really comes down to it. It really supports it through the focus of iterative development and incremental delivery. Again, we're
Okay.
focusing on customer centricity and delivering value to the customer. So this approach is going to allow organizations to adapt very quickly, and they're going
Mm-hmm.
to be evolving to their customer needs and any technology advancements that either their customer or their business needs to put into place. So Agile really fosters that culture of continuous improvement and continuous innovation. It's encouraging those teams to go and experiment and
Mm-hmm.
get real-time feedback, not only from stakeholders if you're consulting, but if you're a product company, you're getting real-time feedback from your customers who are using your product or
Mm-hmm.
who are going through your value stream. So I really just think that this flexibility helps organizations to stay ahead again in that digital landscape, and it makes Agile frameworks like scaling Agile or less a perfect fit for dynamic nature of what those digital transformations need to look like.
Okay, nice. Thank you for listing out them. Could you also list out certain benefits for our audience today, like for implementing Agile in digital transformation strategies?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Agile really helps in managing risks. And so when we're going in and we're looking at implementing Agile strategies,
Mm-hmm.
we really want to help you break down those projects that they're looking for into manageable components that can be frequently assessed and adjusted. So we really want to find a framework that's going to give us an iterative approach and
Mm-hmm.
allow for early identification of early issues. I think that with when we're looking at scaled Agile, we want to, I think that the biggest benefit for scaled Agile is the program increment planning that they have.
Right.
You are looking at a time box of time. In Agile, you're constantly time boxing in what your delivery is and what you want to deliver within a specific time box. Program increment planning is allowing you to look at into multiple increments and say, within this quarter, which is what most program increments end up living within this quarter, we want to deliver X value to our customer all the way through to production. And so we're
Mm-hmm.
really able to focus on, again, that continuous feedback, incremental improvements, and we're identifying all of our risks and dependencies that we know up front, and then we're
Mm-hmm.
iterating on them. And as new alignment or risks or dependencies or maybe even priorities come in, we're able to pivot very quickly. That way,
Mm-hmm.
we are making sure that we are getting quality and we are getting what the customer needs at the right time.
Okay. Okay. So, like, obviously, we've spoken more about how we can include Agile in the actual process of it. Do you think, like, it also helps in managing risks that would be associated with this transformational journey?
Absolutely. And really what Scaled Agile is going to give you is you are looking at your risks up front. All
Mm-hmm.
of the teams are coming together. I don't know, in all of my years and working with,
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with telecom, I've worked with aircraft manufacturing, I have worked with big appliance companies as well as big airlines. And in all of those, you're not one team and there are no silos. Um, there is a value stream that each one of those teams work through. And so, what is the trigger that your clients and your customers are coming to? And what is the output that they're looking for? There are multiple different facets and steps throughout that value stream.
Yeah.
And we have to align all of those teams to be able to deliver the value through the value stream. So, what dependencies does a team have on another team? Are there any architectural enablers that need to be built before those features can be developed and delivered to your customers? I think that it also really helps to bring the budgetings. So whenever we're budgeting for projects and we're budgeting for each of our departments or each of our
Mm-hmm.
products within those value streams, it really helps bring alignment so that teams are not competing against priorities for budget and everyone is working towards one vision and one goal. And so
Right.
really it's vetting out all of those risks up front and we're
Mm-hmm.
really taking in ownership. There's ownership of the risk, there's mitigation of the risk, there's acceptance of the risk. And every leader in the room is aligning to what category that risk is going to fall into. And then that makes it so much easier for the teams because those decisions have been made. We know what the solution and the mitigation is, and they're able to just move forward with it.
Right. Right. So my last question to you is more about your personal experience. And I want to ask, how did you yourself become involved with Agile? And what benefits do you find in using it when it
Yeah,
comes to like from the consulting perspective as well?
absolutely. And like I said, I started off Agile at a very small startup.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually, it was an insurance rating system company. And so now I think that that insurance rating system is widely used at most of the really big insurance companies, which is super exciting. But I was able to see very lean product development happen. And that very lean product development had senior leadership sponsorship in it. And I think that that is like number one. If you want to have a digital transformation and you want to implement Agile,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have that support from the very top. The teams can
Yeah.
only grassroots and deliver to a point. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
hit a ceiling if the senior leadership isn't driving it top down and bottom up. And
Yeah.
so I got to witness leadership who supported that wholly. And that's really where I decided this is where I want my career to be, and this is what I want to be involved in. And so I have been in it from the product side as well as from the consulting side. And so from the consulting side, those benefits of using Agile, I mean, they are numerous for all of the organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Organizations are able to respond more quickly to their market changing conditions. And again, we've already talked about this. 2024 has been really a very evolving year for how business is being done. And so we are able to heighten and foster collaboration and communication among our teams and our stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just going to lead to better alignment on our project goals or again from the consulting side those SOWs and the scope that we're working to be able to deliver for
Mm-hmm.
our customers or for our clients customers. And this transparency, I really believe that it just helps build trust,
Yeah.
a partnership, and it ensures that everyone is on the same page. So I really want to uh, just Agile's iterative development allows for that regular feedback and continuous improvement. And I can't press upon that any more
Enough.
importantly, right? And so
Yeah.
enabling teams to be able to make adjustments in real time based on the stakeholder and user input is always going to be more beneficial for an organization and their company than having very strict requirements and
Mm-hmm.
planning all up front and not knowing what you have ahead of you and not being able to iterate or on that. It's crucial for organizations and it really only helps to enhance the product quality and it's going to 1,000% enhance your customer satisfaction. So I ultimately Agile empowers organizations to be more innovative and responsive. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to drive those outcomes and it is going to drive revenue. It's going to drive the executive vision and it's really going to drive your team's morale as well.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much, Sarah. I mean, this entire podcast was extremely valuable. Just to understand like the benefits of Agile and the role of it and the entire digital transformation journey and how companies can essentially use that throughout their transformational strategy as well. So thank you again for also writing the article and for being on the podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I've really enjoyed this. This was a great
Nice.
discussion.
It was. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.